Hi everyone, it's Kino here. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We're gonna get started with a 1 hour yin for relaxation, pain relief. And I just wanna say thanks for tuning in. If you're watching the replay, I just wanna say thanks for tolerating all the little ads that come up. It's a way that you can support my teaching. If you want to watch commercial free on omstars.com, these videos are all there. And also please listen to my podcast, which is totally free, and that's called Yoga Inspiration, everywhere where podcasts are. Okay, let's go get started. Hi everyone, it's Kino here. Thanks so much for tuning in to this 1 hour yin yoga and meditation for deep relaxation and pain relief. If you're feeling a little under the weather, or you're feeling a little bit like you're very low energy, or there are aches and pains in the body, this is the perfect class for you. We all have days like that. Me too. So let's come to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands together. And we'll initiate the space of practice with the sound of Om, a long deep breath in. As you exhale, drop your hands down to any comfortable position. We begin with a few moments of mindfulness, bringing your attention to the breath. Just notice how your breath feels. Breath moving in, breath moving out. Gently tuning in to the feeling of the inflowing and the outgoing breath. No judgment, no preference for one type of breath or another. Instead, as you're here, just cultivate the pure faculty of awareness, where what is simply is. Tuning in to the body now, check in with how your body feels. There might be tension, there might be a feeling of heat, there might be a feeling of cool. You might be feeling sore or energized. However the body feels, just feel it with no judgment, without that secondary qualification. So if the body feels tight, just observe. Tightness is present, no judgment. If the body feels tired, don't judge it, just observe. Tiredness is present. Keeping the mind calm and equanimous. Also be aware of the quality, sort of the atmosphere of your emotions and your thoughts, so that you watch and are aware of all that you feel, all that you think, all that arises in the body and the breath, which anchors the mind into the inner world. Whatever has been happening throughout the day, these few moments to gently tune in, help redirect your attention into a calm, quiet inner space. A long, deep breath in and a long, deep breath out. Again, a long, deep breath in through the nose. A long, deep breath out. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Then softly, quietly allow your eyes to open and register even the small shifts that seem to happen in the field of the body and mind, even with these few small moments of mindfulness. And now we'll start to just gently bring the awareness through the body in a very soft flow that will help the body release unnecessary tension, unwind itself. So nice and easy. Let's take your hands out to the side, placing the fingertips down. And then as you exhale, just drop your head over to the left. Close the eyes for a few moments, and let's just gently find the points on the neck that are in need of a little bit of attention. And no force. You're not trying to win the competition of how deeply can you stretch your neck. Just be here, feeling what you feel. And notice the neck muscles releasing as they release. And inhale back to the center. Exhale there. We're going to try the other side. So just easy over to the left, which you might find tighter or more open. And again, just hang there for a moment until there's something that talks to you from the neck, maybe even with the jaw. And then just hang there, feeling breath moving in, breath moving out. Find those little points in the neck that want to speak to you, talk to you, and just work with them for a moment. Inhale, back to the center. Let's just shake out the shoulders. And then we'll do it one more time. Inhale, exhale, head leans over to the left. This time let's add in your hands. So take your left hand, hold on to your head, right hand, hold on to the shoulder, and just nice, easy hold. I want to point the head a little down, head a little up, so you can just really find the muscles that are in need of release. Let those release. Stay for a few breaths. No force. Just stay here breathing. Feel the length of the inhale and the length of the exhale. Then inhale, come on back up. And just feel the space through the neck. We'll try the other side. Exhale, just easy. Drop your head over to this. Doesn't need to be a big movement, just a little over. So you start to feel a little bit of length through your neck muscles, through the scalenes that are here. Then we take the hands, right hand to the head, left hand to the shoulder, and just easy. Nice and easy. No force. If it's too intense, just back off a little bit. And just find the places in the neck that are in need of a little attention, in need of a little love. Stay there for a moment. And inhale, come on back up. And just shake that out for a moment through the shoulders. Come on back to your center line. Nice and easy. Okay, let's get started in a wide child's pose. So if you will, come to your knees and open the knees and just gently grab a bolster or a pillow and slide it on between your thighs. And then open the knees relatively wide apart, but not too wide. So you don't want to go to a frog stretch. Just gonna have a wide child's pose. And you lean forward, and then exhale, drop your head down. Let your chest, your torso, your whole body just release and gently drop down. Letting the mind reach a still point. Using a little bit of support like the bolster just takes a little bit of pressure off of the hips, and it'll make it more comfortable for you to stay for a longer period of time. So we want to just feel the body, rolling your attention through the hips, rolling your attention through the knees, through the shoulders, and just allow yourself to drape more and more down. And again, if you find a little point where you need to kind of wiggle and release, then just let that drop. Getting yourself into the state of mind where your body can unwind. So if you find the tension in the body, let it softly unwind. Keep the pelvic floor in a gentle activation as again the body just softly unwinds. You're going to wiggle around a little to the body. Find the hip joints, find the back, feel what works, and let yourself really tap into that. And just relaxing the body completely, letting your nervous system just cycle down. If there are thoughts that seem to roll back and forth through the mind, just gently let those go. As though you just soften and release a little bit down, a little bit in. Let's stay for one more long deep breath in. And as you exhale, soften down. Let's activate the pelvic floor to support coming on up. And then inhale, come on all the way up. Cross your feet underneath you, and then let's open the legs out. And as you open the legs out, we're going to work the inner thighs a little bit with the assistance of the bolster. So this posture is called Upavishta Konasana, as your feet move open. This is not a straddle, but sort of a V shape. So some of you may already feel that just by sitting here, there's a little bit of tension in the inner thighs, so you're really going to rely on the assistance of the bolster. So now let's pivot forward a little bit and just find out where your natural limit is. And no need to force. I like to kind of just wiggle around so you can talk to the body a little bit and just speak the language of release, and then just settle into a place where there's a light stretch and the pelvis is able to pivot forward, and you can feel that light stretch through the inner thighs. And if it's comfortable for you, you can reach your chin or your forehead down. And the idea is to bring the mind into a cycle of deep peace, a cycle underneath your thoughts, beyond the realm of thoughts, into a quiet space of inner listening, where you feel what you feel, but there's no fight, no force. Nice and easy, letting the mind and the body just come into harmony. Letting the mind and the body soften down. Moving into a deeper and deeper relationship between you and your body. Allow yourself to just kind of flex the feet for a moment. Let's point the feet. Let's do it a little bit more. Flex the feet for a moment. Point the feet. 2 more times. Let's flex the feet. Point the feet, nice and easy. And again, just hang out here until you get more and more comfortable. Your pelvic floor stays nice and active, and you could explore maybe activating the legs a little bit, and then again, just finding that point where there's a little wiggle that might take you deeper down. But remember, no fight, no force. It's not a competition. It's not like, yeah, now I'm the deepest I've ever been. I won the game of yoga. There's no game. It's just your practice. So as you're here, it's really what feels right for you. If it feels better for you to be a little higher, then stay a little higher. There's really not a hierarchy. We're just here for the moment. You could try leaning a little to the side and explore what that does. And if that makes it feel a little better, a little worse, other movements in the pelvis might start to speak to you. And then we try to lean over to the other side. Just experiencing what you experience. Notice your breath, notice the body. Stay there for a moment. Okay, let's inhale, come on back up. Once you reach a kind of intensity point where it starts to feel like, wow, that's really a lot, well then we've kind of really touched the boundary, the limit of the body and the mind. And how you respond to that is the training that we do in yoga. So train the mind to respond with kindness, with gentleness. And then slowly inhale, let's come all the way up and exhale there. Now, you're gonna move your bolster a little bit to the side, so let's just move this on over sideways, and then bending the knees forward, roll forward onto your stomach for a supported cobra pose. So gently fold your stomach onto the bolster, pressing the elbows down, lifting the rib cage away from the pelvis. And now we'll just stay up in the supported back bend for a little while, thinking about releasing through the spine, keeping the mind steady and calm. Just stay here feeling what you feel. Soften the glutes, and as you soften the glutes, you'll let there be more space in the back. Nice and easy, tuning in to what you feel. Moving around a little bit, so if you want to take a moment and then inhale, lift the ribs, and then exhale, settle down again. Close the eyes, feel the breath. Make sure there are no pinchy sensations in the spine. If there are, you might want to kind of bend forward a little bit so that there's a more gentle extension. When you find the breath, you find the stillness. So start to shift your mind to identify with the space between your thoughts. And the space between the breaths. Feel what you feel as you feel the whole body, the physical body. But at the same time, you invite the mind to feel the inner body of energy, and then the subtle vibrations within. So release all attachment to any goal. Release all your tension around needing to bend your back, needing to do anything particular. And then just let yourself really unwind. So the whole tension through the psoas, tension through the front body. Allow yourself to just cycle that more and more down. So you move into a space that's almost like a dream, almost like that space between sleeping and wakefulness, that in-between space. A space of becoming, potential, with just enough activation to keep you awake, but so much relaxation so you almost fall asleep. Particularly if you've been seated for a long time and there's back pain because of being seated for a long time, this long, deep, gentle spinal extension helps release those tight and sore muscles on the front body, giving space to the back body. Let's stay for just a few more breaths. Nice and easy. Cycle the breath as you move in through the inhale. Cycle the breath as you move out through the exhale. Feel that warm, tingly sensation over your skin. Almost like you're hypnotizing yourself into an altered, or you could even say a higher state of consciousness. One more long, deep breath here, and then exhale, let's slide down to soften the spine. Walk your hands back off the bolster, draw the knees in towards each other, and now for child's pose. Exhale, fold your chest down over the thighs, draping the shoulders down, and we'll stay in child's pose for a few breaths. Squeezing your knees in towards each other. You could even let yourself kind of just drape and rock from side to side, so you could feel a little weight moving to the right, a little bit of weight moving to the left. And just hang out here for a few breaths. Nice and easy. What is, simply is. Just soften down. Notice the points of tension and see if you can let them unwind. Okay, let's move that bolster on over to the side, and then we're gonna slide it forward to puppy pose. So walk your hands forward, keeping the navel drawn deeply in, and then exhale, top of the head down. And then we'll just drape the head down, keeping the hips back, nice and easy. The navel draws in. We'll stay here for 5 breaths, maybe more than 5 actually. Long, deep, steady breathing, keeping the mind calm and inwardly focused. Top of the head towards the ground. Long, deep breaths. Coming up onto the fingertips to release the shoulders. Elongating back. Sending the hips back and up. Nice and easy. If you want to accentuate your exhale, and then let's just do a little sway from side to side with the hips, just so you can experience a little bit of weight on the right side, a little bit of weight on the left side. Releasing through the shoulders, press up through the shoulders, release through the shoulders. Press up through the shoulders, release through the shoulders. Okay, nice and easy. Lift your head up. Let's walk your hands back. And as we walk the hands back, let's just stay there for a moment. Tabletop position. Let's roll through cat and cow. Inhale, lift the spine, nice and fluid. Exhale, round the spine under. Inhale, fluidly up. And exhale, under. One more. Fluid inhalation. Exhale, under. Now we're going to work thread the needle. Inhale, lift your right arm up as you spiral, lifting up, and then exhale, thread the needle by reaching the right shoulder down. And we'll just stay here for a few breaths, lifting the left arm above your head, finding the connection through a gentle twist, soften the neck. Stay here for a few breaths. What do you feel? Let yourself feel what you feel. No fight, no force. Allow a few breaths, easy, coming in and out. So activating the pelvic floor so you can keep the navel drawn deeply in as you just release. Soften the neck. Soften through the spine. And again, find that little, maybe that little wiggle so you can feel, where does the weight feel better? Let's come on back up. Press with the left hand. Come on back to your hands and knees. And then let's switch the sides. You're gonna lift your left arm up as you inhale. Exhale, slide it all the way under. Just stay there for a few breaths, nice and easy. Reaching your right arm over the top of the head. Breathing steady and calm. All is good. Let yourself breathe and release. No fight, no force. Just stay there with your breath. All is well. All is good. Soften. Release. Maybe eyes closed for a moment. Long, deep breath in. Long, deep breath out. Again, long, deep breath in. Activate the pelvic floor. Long, deep breath out. Press the right hand And then exhale, knees spiral towards each other, and exhale, child's pose, top of the head down. Stay here for a few breaths, nice and easy. Breath moving in and out of the body. Then slowly inhale. Let's come gently up to a kneeling position. So nice and easy. Stay on the knees for a moment and just feel the connection in through the legs, connection in through the spine. Long, deep breaths. Take the hands forward, and now we're going to curl the toes under. And this is one of these yin poses that can take a long time to really get comfortable with. So you're going to curl the toes, and as you curl the toes, it's a really deep stretch through the ankle, through the toes. Some of you may feel comfortable enough to come all the way up and then just let your weight drop down. But if you're not there yet, you can just stay forward with the hands down. So figure out what feels better for you. A little activation here may also help. So we'll just stay with the breath, work your feet, feel the feet. Nice and easy, no fight, no force. If it's better for you to keep the hands down, then just keep the hands down. Find the connection through the toes. Release through the ankles. Release through the toes, through the ankles, through the feet. Then from wherever you are, let's come forward onto the knees, point the feet. And then exhale slowly down. From here, we're gonna again grab the bolster. So if you wanna position the bolster underneath your hips, take a moment. We're preparing for Supta Virasana. So make sure that your sacrum is kind of rested firmly and comfortably on the edge of the bolster, and then we're gonna lie gently back, all right? The knees spiral a little in together. Then this is going to be perhaps a deep stretch through the front body. So prepare yourself for a little bit of the back bending sensation. Sometimes it's useful just to sit for a moment and kind of feel what you feel through the hip joints. Make sure the knees are safe. Then we'll start to go back, fingertips, a little bit back. Then you're going to lift your pelvis up so that the lower back doesn't get bunched up. And then exhale, just gently down. Well, once you're able to lie down, you can take your hands to the feet and rest your elbows towards the ground. Be sure that your sacrum is in a happy place, so if you need to wiggle around a little bit, moving the weight around so that your sacrum reaches a happy place, go ahead and do that. Allow yourself a few moments here with your breath, just to feel where you are. Close the eyes. Let your body cycle down to a place of harmony, a place of rest. No fight, no force. Let yourself feel and breathe. Where is there some tension in the body? And how can you cycle it down? Each breath moving in, each breath moving out. Nice and easy. The longer you stay, the more the intensity seems to build up. So just let that happen, the intensity building up. All is well. Make sure again that the sacrum is in a good position. But then allow yourself to really just almost drift off into that lucid dreaming space where there are little twitches through the body that seem to release tension, almost like right before you fall asleep, that as the body unwinds, and move yourself into a deep space of healing, where your breath is what it is, naturally moving deeper, as little bands of tension seem to just melt away, so that it almost feels like you're falling asleep. If there is intense sensation in any part of the body, notice the distance between your mind and what it identifies with. So see if the sensation that you feel can just be that, just sensation, without attaching your sense of I to it. Moving into a deep state of relaxation. Let's stay for one more breath and just really welcome that quiet, soft space. Let your hands just rest. Softly open the eyes and let's prepare to come on out, doing really well. Activating the pelvic floor, let's take one leg out, the other leg out, and really tuck your tailbone here for a moment and just let it kind of find a neutral point again. Rest on the bolster for a little bit. Then let's slide the hips down the bolster, sliding down until your upper back is supported by the bolster. So just take a moment and get situated here, and we'll do a very restful version of the reclining fish pose. Bringing your feet towards each other. You can let the tension in the legs release, but just keep the feet nearby and allow yourself to move into restfulness as you find a quiet space underneath your thoughts, quiet space where there seems to be a gap between the physical and the spiritual, where there seems to be just enough openness for you to release and just enough support for you to surrender. Keeping the mind in that calm, quiet, equanimous space where all is well, all is well. Feel the rib cage, feel the neck, feel the shoulders, and just cycle everything down into a meditative space. Breath is long and deep. Your mind slowing down and dropping down. Any thoughts that seem to filter in, just watch them like clouds rolling through the open fields of the sky, where you can then begin to identify with the sky-like nature of mind. The sky-like nature of mind. So that you understand you're not your thoughts, not your emotions, not the physical body, but just instead the open field of awareness itself, pure awareness. And then a long, conscious, deep breath in. And as you exhale, activate the pelvic floor. Start to bend the knees and we prepare to exit. Again, make sure your sacrum is rested comfortably on the ground. Roll on over to the side. And let's move the bolster over. Take a moment, nice and easy. Dropping it over to the side. Then roll the spine gently down. Return to constructive rest position for a little bit. Feel the breath, feel the body. Let everything cycle in. So you find yourself tuning in to that quiet space. Let the sound of silence speak to you for a moment. Let stillness wash over you like a wave. Keeping the mind still conscious of the breath and the body now. Slowly extend the legs all the way down. Reach your arms above your head and just give a little reach. Then flex your right foot, point to the left and cross it over. And then just gentle move your body over to the right side. You're using the activation of your right leg to just move into that crescent shape. And you can wiggle around a little bit and allow yourself to just really feel that gentle movement over to the side. Your legs are pretty activated here. So just stay here feeling, breathing, a nice side bend to open up the body. Reaching, reaching, reaching. And inhale back to the center. Let's try the other side. You're going to flex the left foot, point the right on top, and then lean the body over to the side. You're going to just gentle move through, activating the legs quite strongly. So you can give a little push through the pelvis, a little wiggle through the arms. We're going to point the right toes and flex the left. Use the legs. A little squeeze and reach. Nice and easy, almost there. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, let's drop the chest down. Open the legs, and again, back to constructive rest for a moment, so you can plant your sacrum back on the ground. Then extend your left leg, and let's fold the right knee into the chest. And just stay with your breath, nice and easy. No fight, no force, just feel the hips, feel the hip joints, feel the breath of the body. Let it really just cycle in, more and more in. Keep the left leg pretty active, and then we just feel that right hip joint as you just cycle in, giving yourself a little gentle massage through the hip joint. Maybe you can even wiggle it a little around as you hug it into the body. And then let's straighten the leg. Once you straighten the leg, hold underneath the knee, maybe the thigh, or maybe all the way up around your calf muscle. Close the eyes and just let yourself be here. If the arms naturally bend, you can let that happen, but don't pull. Allow the breath to just be here, feeling what you feel as you feel it. Noticing your breath Noticing your body. Any tightness in the hamstring, let it gently unwind. You can give a little movement, almost a little activation, release. Stay there feeling what you feel. Any images that seem to roll through the field of the mind, just let them roll through the field of the mind. Okay, let's bend the knee. As you bend the knee, we're gonna go through the reclining twist. So you're gonna bring the right knee all the way across. So then just gently fold all the way across. Stay there for a moment, and then drape your left arm over the right knee, extending with the left leg, and then reach the right arm out. If you feel that it's too much, that you cannot relax, take your bolster and place the bolster underneath the right knee. Deep, resonant breaths. Pelvic floor stays active. Gaze is either towards the right or you can close the eyes. You can move your right arm around a little bit to see, well, maybe I can feel a little more or a little less. What's the better place for my right arm? So you can really just find the length, the release, the extension, spiraling through the body. No fight, no force. Just your breath and an open, fluid experience. Again, the mind in that space of nearly dreaming, in that space of almost asleep, but yet still aware, as the whole body just softens and unwinds. All right, let's come on back to the center. Nice and easy. Stay there for a moment. Right knee in. Exhale, let's drop it out. Now, we're going to switch the side. So I want you nice and easy to fold your left knee in. And then again, we just follow that whole train. All right, so we're just working the hip joint. Hello to the hip joint. A little hip circles, a little movement as you like. So you can just kind of get the feeling of your hip inside the pelvis. Nice and easy. And holding in, creating the space, but really being very gentle and kind with the body. Then extending the leg. Hold underneath the knee, or even lower if you need to, or use a strap if that's more comfortable. Then find the place that works, and we'll just hang out here for a few breaths. No fight, no force. Let yourself just enter into a deeply restorative space where you can feel the fibers of your body rebuilding themselves, where any pain seems to just melt away, where you can find kind of a deep healing vibration. Letting the mind just cycle down, drop down, gentle release. Again, if you want to keep the legs a little active, the pelvic floor active, if your arms naturally bend, you can let that happen. There might be some little movements that seem to appear like your body unwinding. Let that happen as it is. Experience it. Keep the left foot pointed so you can really just include the toes in this nice long hold. Sure, you might be able to yank the body and put it deeper, but why? This is more than enough. There's a lot to feel and to experience. So just stay with your breath. Stay with your experience. All right, let's bend the knee. Now we're going to move over to the reclining twist. So just easy, move over to the side. Inhale as you exhale, just pop the knee over, slide the knee over, play around with your sacrum, make sure it feels like it's in a good spot, and then extend the left arm. Stay here and just kind of let your body find its equilibrium point. You might find that you want to activate for a moment and release, but be very conscious that you're not trying to force a deeper stretch than your body gives you. Eyes can close, or you can gently look to the left. It's up to you. Moving into a deep space of relaxation. Any thoughts that seem to come in your mind, just gently watch them move away like clouds rolling through the open sky. No need to hold on to them and create a cloudy day. Instead, just let the clouds float by. The clouds are all floating by. There may be intense sensations that seem to bubble up to the surface. Let that happen. Make sure the body is safe, but really just let your body go through the cycles it needs to go through in order to release. Some little wiggle, some little openness as it is. Alright, let's come on back into the center. So just slide on out. Back to constructive rest position for a moment. Take the sacrum off the ground and then just knees together. Okay, just feel the body. Take the time to just feel what you feel. No fight, no force. Tune into your breath. Tune into the body. Feel all the little balls of tension just melting away. The mind moving into a calm and meditative state. Moving beyond the frequency of thoughts. Point your toes now and draw both knees up into your chests. And just stay there, rocking a little from side to side. Just both knees just come up into the chest. Give yourself a little roll through the low back so you can feel your sacrum rolling around. Let's do that 2 more times. Just give a little roll, and then equalize back to the center. Then, both legs up, Viparita Karani. Point the feet up, stay here with your breath. Finding that quiet space of listening. Letting each breath just cycle your energy more and more down, more and more into a quiet inner space. Keeping the legs activated, your thigh bones want to roll towards each other. So just gently roll those thigh bones a little towards each other. Pointing the feet and the bases of the big toes also towards each other. Just stay here with your breath, stay here with your body. Cycle more and more down. No fight, no force. Just feeling what you feel. All is well. All is good. Stay with your breath. Stay with what you feel. Nice and easy. Keeping the mind in that easy space of listening. Steady breathing. Mind moving into a deeper point of relaxation. See if you can scan through the body and find those points of tension and gently asking them to release and drop down, release and drop down. And then let's fold the legs into the body. If you need a soft bend in the knees, go ahead. But if you can, keep the legs straight and then just gentle fold the legs into the body. And we have reclining Paschimottanasana, reclining forward fold, supporting the back with the floor. You can lift the sacrum a little off the ground. And again, just staying here with your breath, exploring your forward fold, exploring the back, sinking the hips down, lifting the hips up, sinking the hips down, bend the knees and back to constructive rests. Cycle the hips back to the ground and just let yourself kind of settle there for a moment. Let's grab our yoga blocks and position the yoga blocks on the outsides of the knees. And then you want to figure out how wide apart you need the blocks. The wider apart, the less support. We're preparing for Supta Baddha Konasana. Make sure again your sacrum is rested on the ground and your hips close to the feet. And then we find a deep state of openness, relaxation, and release. As the mind moves away from the frequency of thoughts into the frequency of embodiment, feeling, and presence, we shift from the beta frequency of worry and thinking, into the alpha state, the frequency of presence. As you enter a deep space of relaxation, the nervous system calms down. The body moves into a cycle of healing, and any places of chronic pain are invited to heal. So now, as we cycle down the nervous system and move into a more quiet space, then allow yourself to really plant the seeds deep in the subconscious mind, the seeds of healing, the seeds of relaxation, trust, and openness. So we begin the practice of metta here, where I have been hurt and wounded. May my body, my mind, and my soul move into healing. Where there is pain and suffering, may there be freedom and healing. Where there is disharmony, chaos, and incoherence, where things are out of balance in my life and in my mind and body, may I move into balance, and may I move into harmony. May my body and mind move into coherence, synchronicity, where I have pointed in the direction of hatred, animosity, and ill will, may I turn around, change direction, and move in the direction of peace, forgiveness, and kindness. Where I have sown the seeds of bitterness, aloneness, separation, may I instead plant the seeds of understanding, of forgiveness, of kindness, of compassion. Where I have closed down and sold off parts of myself. May I move into openness. May I experience wholeness. Allowing yourself to really feel what it's like to come into alignment. Feeling the body, feeling the mind coming into unity. Nice and easy. It's time to remove the knees from Supta Baddha Konasana. Take your hands under the thighs and let's just spiral in. Again, back to constructive rest for a moment. Remove the blocks. Gently put those over to the side. And then just feel the sacrum, both knees over to the left side for a few breaths. Expanding outward through the heart center as I find myself filled up from the inside, as I make peace with myself. I find that I am naturally at peace with all beings. As I find myself compassionate and forgiving towards myself, I naturally find myself compassionate and forgiving to all beings. Let's switch the sides. Both knees over to the right. We'll just hang out there for a few breaths. As I move into wholeness, and as I move into deep spaces of restoration and relaxation, I naturally wish that for others. So allow yourself to really find and feel the open vibration of the heart, where you naturally share love, peace, and harmony with all beings. All beings. Inhale, come on back to the center. Again, constructive rest just for a moment. And now, even more than just that state of almost lucid dreaming, let yourself feel like you've just woken up from a deep nap, from a wonderfully refreshing sleep, as you extend the arms and the legs and just rest here for a few breaths. Little movements through the feet and the hands, a little shake to release any last little tension in the body. And as the awareness through the channel of sight, the awareness through the channel of hearing, awareness through taste and smell, awareness through the field of the body. Again, almost as though you've moved through the sphere, the door of becoming, and all the tissues of the body are restored. The mind feels rested. The heart feels full, filled up from the inside. Even more than that space between wakefulness and dreaming, feel yourself as though you receive from a fountain of endless and boundless energy, as though you've just woken up from a good night's sleep, as though you've just found yourself feeling restored, renewed, reborn. Reborn through the spirit, the eternal whole spirit, the light within you which shines in wholeness. And in all these movements, everything we've been moving towards has been into saying yes. Yes to that experience of light. Yes to the experience of grace. Yes to wholeness. Yes to peace. Yes to healing. Yes to faith. And yes to harmony. A long deep breath in and feel that good vibration through the body. Bend the knees and the elbows back to constructive rest. Give your neck a little roll from side to side. Hug the knees into your chest. A little roll from side to side. Roll on over to the side. And then keeping the eyes closed, come on back up to seated. Allow yourself a few moments here. Feel the heart center, feel the body, feel the breath. Feel yourself connected and in harmony with all that is. Feel yourself connected and in harmony with all that is. Hands in prayer. A long, deep breath in. And as you exhale, softly open the eyes and just steep in that feeling in your heart center for a moment. May you be happy, may you be peaceful, may you be filled with love. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks, everyone. Keep practicing.